Why is the Silver Surfer black? Well, the very first time we see this version of the Silver Surfer is in Thanos number 16 from 2016, as the very last page reveals the Fallen One, aka Worthy Silver Surfer. However, they never really explain why the Silver Surfer is now black, and the Fallen One is only a nickname given to him by King Thanos. To find out why he turned black, you have to read the Silver Surfer Black story from 2019, where the short version is Silver Surfer slowly loses his colour while battling Null, as every time he uses his cosmic energy against the dark, he loses his colour, which leads to this new Marvel legend, Silver Surfer. Hello and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And today we are obviously reviewing the Marvel Legends Silver Surfer, aka The Fallen. I hope you enjoyed that sneak attack Who Is He segment, but a lot of people have been asking the question, why is Silver Surfer black? So I just thought I'd try and address it right at the start of the video, as I should have reviewed this a lot sooner than I have, as this guy landed in the UK and Canada a little bit early, and he's going to be a Walgreens exclusive over in the US. But this is technically my first Marvel Legends review of 2021. So let's kick things off, shall we? So there we see the Silver Surfer in the packaging with Mjolnir, with some interchangeable hands, some effects, and you can see the surfboard at the back there. So this guy is essentially a repaint or a reissue, a redeco, if you will, of the original Silver Surfer, which was also a Walgreens exclusive. So obviously this guy's quite sought after now on the aftermarket, and it is the same character. They're both the Silver Surfer, just this guy's a little less silver. But yeah, very nice, very desirable. I wonder if anyone that's after this guy is going to paint this guy chrome. We shall see. But I'm very happy to add this guy to the shelf. As I mentioned in the intro, it's definitely a part of the King Thanos sort of storyline with the Cosmic Ghost Rider, and now we're going to have them in figure form. They're going to make a nice section of the display. So yeah, there we have the Fallen on the side there. On the back of the box, you get a little bit of a write-up that reads, Obsidian Surfer. Silver Surfer journeys from a distant future to combat the colossal threat of King Thanos with the power of Mjolnir. And as you can see, no wave association, nothing like that. He is a single pack exclusive for Walgreens. But in the UK, it's not so much of an exclusive. So without further ado, let's get him open. So here we have the Fallen, aka the first Herald of Galactus, out of the packaging, looking very nice, with his accessories, of course, which we'll get into in a minute. But just overall, this figure is looking very nice. I like the sort of modern representation we're getting in figure form for the Silver Surfer. Now he's went and took this sort of darker sort of tone. As I said, very story specific from the Thanos Wins storyline, where he comes to battle King Thanos and the past Thanos with Mjolnir. He's went off and got himself worthy. But the storyline is called Thanos Wins, so I won't spoil anything, but it doesn't turn out that the way he planned. But there is another story called Silver Surfer Black, where it gets deeper into why he has turned black, and it goes back to sort of the origins of the Marvel Universe, and it has a very sort of Jack Kirby sort of style, story and artwork. Definitely worth checking out if you've not looked into it. But now we have it in figure form, as I said, to go along with the Cosmic Ghost Rider we recently got, and we're getting that King Thanos head in the new deluxe Thanos, so you can create that battle where he's battling Ghost Rider and King Thanos, and as I said, make that little corner of your display. So very happy about that. But this is essentially just a redeco of the Silver Surfer figure we already have. So we will take a closer look at him with his accessories, and then of course I'll do a full comparison, but it is mainly just a colour change. But under my lights, even though he's not silver, he's still very chromy, he still shines under the lights, and it's a shame that Hasbro don't give us a flight stand for the Silver Surfer, as he does have a peg, so you can peg him into the chrome board, but without a flight stand, he's always going to be sitting there. We want to get him in a flight stand maybe, so maybe we'll try that as well. But still, first impressions, very nice. Let's take a closer look. So, taking a closer look at Chrome Dome, let's be honest, the character design is nice and simple here, so there's nothing overly complicated to analyse. I do like the body choice for this guy, the same as the previous one, with a deep butterfly joint, so you can get him in some nice poses, especially on that surfboard. So the arms will go back, and again, you can utilise those butterfly joints on the front as well. Ab crunch is pretty good, if let me zoom out a little bit, so you can get him leaning forward and back. Again, double jointed knees, double jointed elbows. He's got the swivel at the waist, swivel at the top of the boot, even though he's not wearing boots. So yeah, range of articulation is very good for your Marvel Legends. So you're going to be able to get him on some nice poses on that surfboard. But as I said, it is the same as the previous Silver Surfer. So there is your straight up Silver Surfer comparison. That is what you're here for. So this one is a lot more silver, chromy. This is your classic Silver Surfer look. This is his more modernized look, as I've already explained. So as you can see, it's the exact same body, exact same head sculpt, exact same articulation. It is just the color, the deco that is changed. So there you have it. So this guy, as you can see, he's got the darker outline around the eyes. This one obviously didn't need it because he is dark already. So he's just got the whited out eyes. So yeah, if you've got this Silver Surfer, you know exactly what to expect already. But either way, it's a very nice figure. But there are a few differences. And they are with the hand. So as you'll notice, this guy comes with open palm hands. The previous one didn't come with them. He didn't need to hold anything. But this guy, it's a little bit different. This time he's worthy. So that means he needs to hold Mjolnir. So here is Mjolnir. We've already seen this in Marvel Legends form. You can see the little scribble inscription that actually does, you can actually read it, which is a very nice touch considering how small it is. So I do think this is the same one that came with Thor previously. So it's a little bit big, but that's fine. He can still hold it. He can still grip it in his hand nicely. So there you go. There is our worthy Silver Surfer. Very good. So he can hold it. Obviously, he's got the little handle. You could do that while he's surfing if you wanted to, maybe. However you wanted to pose him, it will work. And he can hold that in both hands as well, just so you know. Just loosen up the fingers a little bit, get the grip in. There you go. Just pry the fingers open a little bit, but he can hold it in both hands. And it's a pretty tight grip. He won't drop it. So that's pretty good. So there you go. He can hold. So he has open palm hands. He does also have another set of hands, which are some fisted hands, which is perfect, especially if you want to get this guy in some poses, battling Cosmic Ghost Rider or Thanos or something like that. You're going to want some fisted hands. So we can now utilize his other accessories, which are these translucent plastic pieces that are meant to represent his cosmic powers, I believe. Now, I've seen these effects before with like Iron Fist and Black Panther. They are just got hollow. You can put the fisted Marvel Legends hand in there. So as long as your Marvel Legend has a fisted hand, you can literally just slide that over and sort of pop it into place. It doesn't fit very snugly, to be honest. It keeps falling out, but you can get it to work. So now he has some cosmic abilities. So if you want to get him punching some bad guys or whatever, you now have some sort of effect to demonstrate that. So we get two of them, which is always a nice touch to display your figures using his abilities and whatnot. But he's not called the Silver Surfer for no reason. So let's check out that surfboard. So here you go, exactly the same as the other one, quite thin with this like lip around the outside, and there's only one peg for 1 foot. So if I bring in the previous surfboard, you can see they are exactly the same in every way apart from the colour, but it just has that one plug. So he does have 2 peg holes on his feet, and it does fit nice and snug, to be fair. Like when you plug that in his foot, it's quite tight. So it's not going to fall off, which I like. So obviously that's a terrible pose, but you see what I'm saying? It's in there quite tight. So you've got to balance him out, posing properly. And that's where a flight stand that was purposely made for the surfboard would have been a very nice touch from Hasbro. But they didn't do that. So we're going to have to use our own flight stands or whatever else we've got. But you can get him in some very nice poses for your display if you can get him posed up. He does have a hole in his back, so maybe you can plug him in or just grip his leg or something on a flight stand. I'll go and try and find one and see if we can do that right now. Now, I'm definitely not the guy you go to for posing action figures, but I did just want to demonstrate the disadvantage of not having 2 pegs on here means that like the way you balance it, there's always going to be a gap in between his foot and the actual board because there's no way for it to clip in. Now, obviously, if it clipped in certain places, you'll be limited to how you can pose him, but I would prefer that so it looks more natural. I'm sure I could manipulate this and get it to work a little bit more, but it is a little bit frustrating that you can't just clip both feet on there. And obviously, my flight stand is just gripping his waist. It would have been great to have a flight stand that like gripped underneath the surfboard in some way, maybe. That would have been really good, but still, better people than me out there will be able to get this guy in some very nice poses. And I always love characters that you can display that look a little bit more dynamic on the shelf. So yeah, this guy, if you can get him posed up nicely, will definitely pop on the shelf. So the first comparison I wanted to see was obviously two Heralds of Galactus. It is, of course, Silver Surfer and the Cosmic Ghost Rider, both with the powers cosmic, but who would win in a battle? Well, we found out, and I guess being worthy does have its advantages. So yeah, go and read the comic, as I said, to find out. But these two definitely have a battle, and these two are definitely going to be on display next to each other to some degree on the shelf. So I wanted to see how these two lined up to each other. And yeah, these two look great together. Now let's bring in Thanos. So I don't have my deluxe Thanos just yet, so that means I don't have that King Thanos head, but I will be putting that head onto this body, and I'll be able to have young and old Thanos battle it out against the Silver Surfer. So these two still scale really nicely together, definitely makes sense being on display with each other, and again, I won't tell you how this one ends, but it is called Thanos Wins. And since this guy showed up in UK and Canada first, let's UK rep with Union Jack. And then one last time, here we have Silver Surfer compared to Silver Surfer, even though it looked like two good friends just ready for a day at the beach. So, final thoughts. Unfortunately, I can't put him on my fancy rotating base as I can't quite get him to balance on the crappy flight stands I have. So I guess that's a small gripe of mine, where I wish for a particular character like this whose whole gimmick is flying on a surfboard, Hasbro would have given us a unique flight stand we can use to actually pose him like that. But I guess that would maybe depend on price point. Maybe it'd have to be a deluxe version of Silver Surfer. Who knows? But still, look how cool he looks surf on his surfboard. It's the whole point of Silver Surfer, so you're going to have to get him on some string from your ceiling or get a better flight stand. But yeah, he needs to be on his surfboard, doesn't he? And wielding Mjolnir just looks really good as well. So yeah, really like this version of Silver Surfer. Obviously, we still love the OG Chromie version, but this is a nice modern version. And I always like characters that make me go in a little deeper and do some more research. And I had read the Thanos storyline, so I knew he was called the Fallen. I knew what happened to him, but we didn't know why he turned black, and now we have a little bit more knowledge of that. And I learned about Null as well, who's a symbiote lord of the dark and all that nonsense. So I definitely, if you're interested and you like Silver Surfer and you like cosmic stories, go and give Silver Surfer Black a read. But I hope you learned something today, and maybe I convince you to buy this figure for your shelf. I would definitely recommend it if it is available to you. So I got mine, I believe, from Kapow Toys, but it's available in the UK from other places. Sold out at the minute, but it might come back in stock. In the US, Walgreens exclusive, you know the score. So as always, people, you let me know in the comments below. Did you know why Silver Surfer was black before this review? Did you have any idea, or was it news to you? Always curious to hear your thoughts. And do you like it? Simple as that. Do you like it? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, people, you know what to do. Support the channel. Help it grow. The more subscribers I get, the more influenced I will to do more Who Is He segments and all that good stuff. So you know what to do. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. And as always, you want to support the channel a little bit more, you can do that on Patreon as well. Linked in the description. But until then, people, my name is Dan W. Follow me on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.